Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman. Oh, and today, going over a news story that kind of shocked me. And see, I'm going to slowly start doing more, cold cases, crazy news stories. And because I know I also saw recently a story about a shooting at an airport, and then, like, when some random guy heard about the shooting, he decided he was going to play Superman but without a shirt. I'm going to talk about that story later, but he went to the airport to try to save the day, but then he ended up getting arrested too. And then in the parking garage, there ended up being another altercation. I don't know if the two are connected and everything like that. So yeah, I still need to research and look that up. But if you're new, I am the Handicapable Black Woman. I talk current events, politics, Reddit stories. I haven't done Reddit in a while. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I will. It's just, yeah. Also, I will be an author of hopefully, we'll see how the novel, I'm going to be advertising and talking about it a lot, trust me. I also have numerous, or not, well, a few children's books, about six children's books, and a few activity books out. Soon, my greeting card company and some of my other projects will also be out. Yes, I'm trying to start my business with my disability. So many people have told me, since I'm a female, what I can't do, since I'm black, what I can't do, or what I'm not smart enough to do, or I only get things accomplished or done, or I only get certain jobs because I'm black. And yeah, it's like, I know, like, with the presidency, like, it's like she would have only gotten the job because she's black. She only got, like, and then Mrs. Obama, oh, like, yeah, I know it's a different topic, but for me, it's an everyday topic. Whenever I am able to achieve things, or I work so hard to accomplish things, so many, bluntly, it's mostly Republican MAGA people that tell me it's only because I'm black. And especially with my two masters, yeah, they say I only got in because I'm black, but I'm like, okay, but I finished. But yeah, that's a different, yeah. So anyway, I am basically, I started this channel because I wanted to tell my disability story, because I've been through a disability nightmare, still going through it, still living through it. But especially, a lot of people tell me that I cannot accomplish things, I cannot do things, even to the point where you can't go out, you have a disability, or you can't date, you can't do this or that or whatever. And it's just, so I tell my stories about dating, a lot of family, and a lot of, like, job interviews, everything from the perspective of disability, female, and a person of color aspect, while also talking about my writing and what makes great characters, and, like, or what will make a character more 3D or three-dimensional, and not just your standard stick figure, like, typical being and things like that. So if you like or care to listen to any of that, then I have 200 other episodes. So bon appetit, especially the dating nightmares. Oh yeah, I have proof. I show screenshots. Yeah, I'm petty. Okay, so anyway, this story. Okay, story time. We're gonna play imagination. And because, okay, just imagine that you and your boo are, celebrating, like, an occasion, and you say, we're gonna go to a motel or hotel or whatever, and you say you have a kid, and you bring the family, you're having, like, a family occasion event, and one of the nights you're like, you know what, let's order pizza. And so you decide we're gonna order pizza from a, small business, or like, but it doesn't matter which. But I believe it was a small business in this case. And you get it delivered. And I don't believe they have delivery drivers, but you have Uber Eats or one of those delivery companies, and like a young lady comes up to your door and they deliver your pizza, your $33 pizza. You have a $50 and you need it to be broken, but the driver can't break it. And so you are you give them $2 as a tip, not really thinking much of it because you're like, okay, I'm enjoying my weekend. I bought the pizza, I tipped the driver. And so then your driver leaves. And so now you're with your family, your kid, and your spouse. And oh yeah, the young lady, she's pregnant. So she's soon there's gonna be four, but one's in the oven cooking. So but you guys are enjoying your pizza, you're spending time together at the hotel or motel and everything. But then a couple hours later, you hear really hard banging at the door. Boom, boom, boom. And you're not expecting company. You didn't, order anything else. And it's the nighttime, so the mates, like the service people and everything like that, they shouldn't be coming to the door. But bam, bam, bam. So the young lady or one of the people gets to the door. They slightly open it, and all of a sudden, boom, two people push through the door, force their way in. And there's a woman, the same woman that delivered. Well, actually, they were wearing all black and a mask. Yeah. So yeah, just you don't know, like, quote unquote, you don't know these people yet. You don't know this person has returned. And so they barge in, and with the boyfriend, they close him into the bathroom. And the female is now like taking charge. And now the pregnant woman is now reaching for her phone. It's smashed, or like this like they break the phone. And then the little girl, remember they have a daughter. Yeah, it's like they have to push her to the side and get rid of her or whatever. Or she's like, I think she's on the bed and stuff like that. But did I tell you guys that the boyfriend was armed with a gun? That's one reason why this couple followed their orders and did as they said. And now you're gonna find out that the other person has a pocket knife on hand with them. And so I think they went through the purse, I think probably trying to find some more money and everything like that. But the woman is upset, or the other person, yeah, it's like, yeah, the we later find out the delivery driver is highly upset over this $2 tip. And so she starts a swinging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, on and on. Because I believe it was in between 14 to 17 times, to the point where this young woman, the pregnant woman, is in the hospital with, I believe, a collapsed lung. And there's another condition as well. But yeah, it's like they still don't know who the male was that had the gun on them. Yeah, they don't know. But they did catch the female. Like, if you guys are able to look at the screen or the images and everything like that, yeah, that's her mugshot. And oh yes, 14 times. 14 times, yeah. But yeah, she was so upset over the $2 tip, she went back and literally stabbed the woman 14 times over the tip. And okay, let's just say I'm team get rid of tipping. If you've been watching my videos, I do I tell a lot of history lessons, especially Black history, because they refuse to teach that in the classrooms. But American tipping started off through bigotry and racism. And it's crazy how, especially with other countries, the way that they fixed it to the point where you people can survive and live like on their pay and everything like that. But especially if we're working as an independent contractor and certain positions at restaurants and bars, it's like you have to survive off of the tips. But then it's like we have to look at the reality of America. Minimum wage isn't that great or high to pay like that majority of people other than millionaires and billionaires, including billionaires who work for health industries who literally are paid to allow people to pass away because of greed and ignorance and selfishness. But that's a different story for a different day. But this situation over a tip, and I know it's the holiday season. I know money is tight. And I know that woman probably saw that she had a 50. And so she said, if you had that 50, you could have given me more money. But it's like at the same time, we don't know both, like, and I just keep thinking over a tip. And so I kind of did like the math and everything. Yeah, I'm a nerd because I'm like, okay, it's like she got $2, she had $50, she gave $2 tip. The pizza was $33, and so 15% of the 33 is $4.95. So it's like the driver should have gotten $2.95 more. So yeah, she got less than half of what she should have been given. And part of me is wondering, like, don't you rate your driver or the person who drops off the food? Or is like if you're that ups or vice versa, it's like, can't you rate each other? Like, is it like Uber driving or Lyft or whatever? But I mean, I've only gotten a few rides on emergencies or like, yeah. But anyway, part of me is just like, is a felony worth $2.95? And at the same time, it's like, yes, it's not fair. It sucks. It's like that's one reason I think we should just get rid of tipping and just pay a fair wage. Because like people are taking their time driving around, especially in the winter. I don't know. I didn't look at what state it was in. I read the story, but I didn't concentrate on the state. Maybe I can look and see if I can find it really quickly. Should be at the beginning of the story. Oh, it's in Florida. Oh, it's in Florida. So they're okay. They don't have to worry about the weather or the snow. I mean, okay, it's not hurricane season anymore or anything like that. But okay, so yeah, they don't have to worry about the snow at least. But it's like people are. I mean, they're driving around, spending their time making sure people get their food as fresh or as hot as possible. And so I know whenever, like, cause yeah, I don't get rides that often, but it's like once or twice, if not a week, I'll say 3 to 5 times a month, I will end up ordering food because, yeah, with the disability life, yes, like I'm still, yeah, if you even listen to the videos, you already know, like, it's like the driving and everything like that. So I'm almost there, baby steps, but $2.95. She risked the rest of her life because stabbing a woman 14 times over $2.95. I didn't do the math, but I almost want to divide $2.95 by 14 just to see, like, okay, how much did each swipe cost you? Because, yeah, I'm petty. And because, like, to me, that's ridiculous. So 21 cents. 21 cents per stab. And now this woman is in the hospital with a collapsed lung and other health things, and she's pregnant. If something happens to that baby, that turns to homicide. Or if the baby passes, but even if they don't pass away, if there's any health issues or anything, that can be pointed at this situation. Because a lot of people don't understand, like, how much the baby needs and takes from the female body. I know people who were they lost teeth because, like, the baby wasn't getting enough nutrients and stuff from what they were eating. So then they still took what they wanted or needed. But now it's like the mom is not in the best of shape. Her health, her, like, well-being has been compromised over $2.95. And yeah, okay, I just want you guys to know, like, yeah, I've I've stated this. I don't like tipping. I don't like the tipping system. I feel like we should just make sure that people who work get a fair wage, a good wage. And but we have to remember who you guys just, like, okay, I'm only talking about you if you actually did it, okay? Because I know 92% of us black women, we didn't do this. But some of you voted for somebody who, after his McDonald's field trip, during the McDonald's field trip, stated that McDonald's employees make plenty of money. They love their job. And they say, no, he does not plan on raising the minimum wage and things like that. But then he said that he was going to get rid of tipping. So let's see what and how much money they're going to make with that. Let's see if he actually does it first. Or let's see how much Elon Musk allows him. In my opinion, I think he's probably going to need to ask permission on how much money he's going to be allowed to, when he changes the whole tipping thing. But $33 pizza, you had 50, you gave a $2 tip. You get upset over the $2 tip because you wanted at least $2.95 more. And yeah, it's like when I tip, it's like, I mean, I've only had a couple that, like, delivery people that were absolutely awful or rude or whatever. But I've had some that were absolutely awesome. And one where it's like sometimes when I'm like, okay, I might need a delivery. Are you working a day? Can I get you to be the person that delivers the food? Yeah, so I ended up getting connections because it's like, yeah, when I find great people who do their job and appreciate their job, and or when I say appreciate, like, I mean they're on the clock and they're there to work and they don't play. And it's like, and I love it when after I tips, like, there's been a few times when I tip, I get messages. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you. Oh my gosh, you made my day. Or even one of the times, my son's birthday's this weekend and I was so nervous that it's like, this helps me so much. And it's like, now I'm starting over, like, with disability life, I'm not able to do that as much at, like, or yeah, but it's like I make sure I tip like a fair, like, that I appreciate them. I know they're spending their time, gas, and energy. So, but yeah, once I get my business back up, I hope I can start doing that again because I appreciate the work that they're doing. I appreciate, like, especially when I continue writing and doing my work and my greeting cards, I'm gonna need delivery. It's like, because it's like it's like I love cooking and everything like that, but there's gonna be times where, okay, I have a lot of orders today, either for my like one of my website stores or whatever. So I don't have time to cook. I don't. Maybe I can make a quick smoothie, but I'm gonna need to make like I'm gonna need something. So I just hope they change the system, because we and it's scary that some people feel like they're gonna risk the rest of their lives, because part of me just thinks like, or wonders, she didn't think this through. She could not have thought this through, because like if she had just sat there for a second before her and her man got into the car, what if I get caught? Is the rest of my future worth that $2.95? If I had just kept working and done a couple more deliveries, would have had, maybe it would have balanced out. Yes, it's frustrating and infuriating when people don't tip, and I spent my time and I feel like I give great service. I feel like I'm a great employee or worker, but I feel like people take advantage of what I provide or what I give for them. Trust me, I know that's been my life. I know, I understand. But sometimes, after when people use you, you have like, sometimes you like, instead of revenge and instead of violence, like sometimes you just have to wait on the petty. Because with me, with a lot of the people who are absolutely awful to me, yeah, every author needs names for their villains. Every author needs names for victims and suspects and things like that. So, is that not, it might not be petty enough, but part of me just feels like, instead of ruining my life, if I can at least do things that would get on their last nerves, oh, to me, that's better, because it's legal. It's like, I'm not going to use their full name, or at least I'll spread their name around, their last name with one character, their first name with another. It's like, and that'll get on their last nerve, because the thing is, no one else is going to know I'm talking about them, but they will. They will. That's all that matters. And so when I see people going this far, I'm just like, no, don't endanger somebody. Don't do that. And maybe she could have made a TikTok and don't post like where they're at or whatever. But I mean, like, talk about the unfairness. Talk about how you're driving around providing a service. But at the same time, a tip is a tip. Some people don't tip at all. I've worked in like hospitality and restaurants. I've got nightmare stories about it too, but yeah, because I remember there was one customer. It was The bar is closed now, but it was an Irish pub, and I remember the one guy. He told me that he will, like, because I wasn't even his waitress. I was like the intern watching over tables, and the manager had like, he like I my internship ended early because the manager, I forgot, I don't even know what his position was, but his name is T-Bone. He he created a full-blown plan to get rid of me, and it worked. I didn't even realize what happened until years later, and I started bumping into some of the past customers. But I remember this one customer specifically told me that he was not going to tip the waitress unless I pulled my shirt down a little to show him my chest. And I was like, I'm not even your waitress. I'm the event person. I'm the event intern. Like, what are you talking about? And yeah, he told me he wasn't going to tip her unless I did that. And I'm just like, how? Because then he says, oh, she's flat chested. She's nothing. She doesn't even have a curve to her, whatever. And I'm like, one, stop talking about the staff. Two, your ego, because it's like you're talking down to her. You look worse than the Hunchback of Notre Dame. What are you talking about? You look worse. Like it's like you make Shrek look like Denzel Washington. Get out of here. And so that waitress still does not know. That tip did not come from him. I laid $5 on that table because I wanted to make sure she got tipped. I thought I was infuriated that he tried to blackmail me that was going to punish her because of his ignorance, his stupidity, his just. And that's why men just like sometimes when people blame me for never getting married, I'm just like, have you met the men that I have had to interact with? This is humanity. This is like the alpha man masculine. Like some men act like us women. We need to be more feminine. We need to be more submissive and soft and all. Like, okay, do you know who we're dealing with? It's like you want us to be soft and everything, but you guys, a lot of you guys are pigs and demeaning and awful. And then some people feel like you have to jump so high in order to and obey them in order to get a tip. I mean, I don't know why this woman only gave $2, but then at the same time, I know you can give $2 face to face or do the app or whatever. So I don't know if this was through the app. I don't know, but part of me feel like 'cause there's been a time where I wanted to make sure they at least got a good amount, so I gave part of it in their hand because I know they came to the door. They was about to run. I'm like, no, 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 mm-mm. And I was like, this is for you. I was like, you're gonna get something through the system, but I want to make sure you get your figure because I know they take part of it. And then I remember the guy, like he almost gave me a hug, but he gave me a fist bump because I think he was just like, oh, okay, wait, I want to make sure I don't get a harassment suit or whatever. But anyway, those are so I just gave a couple of examples. So I understand the tipping game. I understand partially the nightmare and everything in the system within it. I am horrified, terrified, and disgusted by these two people who had the nerve to like because yeah, even though you got an awful tip, that does not give you reason to harm anybody. Like that's infuriating and awful, and to me, in my opinion, just plain stupid. Just plain stupid. I might bring this story up another time because I'm going to be doing more crime cases and Reddit and everything like that, but because even part of me just feels like there are some people who cannot tip as much or that much, especially with this disability life. I am happy that I at least get to work part time while I get my life together. I'm working on my business so that I will be able to get back to tipping higher and things like that. But there are some people who are not able to tip as much. And it's not like we don't want to, but it's like sometimes life is kicking us in the tush so hard. And some people would be like, well, then don't order then. Well, for some people, when you have a disability and you can't like you don't have public transportation, and yeah, it's like you're limited. Like part of me is like, so you want us to starve? What do you want us to do? So anyway, just know. So if you listen to the whole thing, leave the pizza emoji in the messages. Let me know what you think of this episode. And yes, this episode was as messy as my life. So, but anyways, this is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too. Take care.